Welcome one, welcome all. My name is Concierge Robinson, and I'm here to discuss something I've always been interested in. How much money does London Tipton, or rather her father, Mr. Tipton, have? If you don't know, I'm talking about the show The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. The show started in 2005 and ended its run in 2008 after airing 87 episodes. It then had a sequel TV show called The Sweet Life on Deck, which we will get to later on in the video, but on to the matter at hand. One thing I do want to note before we begin is it is kind of impossible to give an exact dollar amount of how much money the Tiptons have, because there's one episode where London quite literally says, "I'm giving away diamonds," and you can't really determine that because it's just like, okay, what size of the diamonds is she giving them? What is the cut? What is the clarity? We don't know. So some things will be considered a feat. Secondly, if you are curious as to where I got these dollar values from, there will be either links or like a Google Doc of all of the sources of where I got all this information from. But now that we got that out of the way, let's get it going with season 1, episode 1. Off rip, season 1, episode 1, Mr. Mosby is yelling at Zack and Cody and explaining to them that some guests spend up to $2,000 a day to stay at the Tipton. The Tipton is based off the real life Fairmont Copley Plaza Hotel. This hotel has 383 rooms in total. Hotel occupancy is usually between 60 and 70%. Sadly, we can't count this because we don't know how many rooms or suites that they charge $2,000 for and how many people are staying in those rooms. But nonetheless, we're going to count this as a feat. Later on in the episode, London is so excited. She got a D and her father bought her a plasma TV. A plasma TV in 2006 cost anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. Next up, season 1, episode 3, London got front row concert tickets to see Usher. Sadly, Usher is not on tour anymore, but from Business Insider, his cheapest tickets were $94. Now we're gonna bump this up to about $500 because they were front row seats and it was part of a VIP package. In season 1, episode 5, London gets everyone's attention and lets them know that she just got back from Paris. Like I said earlier, the Tipton is based off the real life Fairmont Copley Plaza Hotel. This hotel is around 15 minutes from Boston Logan International Airport. Most likely London took her private jet, which we will talk about later, and did a round trip flight from Paris to Boston. This would have cost anywhere from $146,000 to $500,000, depending on the size of the plane and a multitude of other factors. In season 1, episode 6, the writers let you know off rip, London's life is glamorous, but she is lonely. You find out immediately her father is never there for her. When she had her father-daughter dance at her school, she was hyped. She got all dressed up. Even Mr. Mosby had a band. He rolled out the red carpet. They were so excited. A helicopter shows up, and it's some random man. He's like, "Yeah, your father can't leave Argentina." Oh. I think he ended up giving her a diamond or like a necklace or something, but it's just like London's father is never there for her. So let's all this money seems amazing, but like she has no parental figures or any role models at all. Next up, in season 1, episode 7, Maddie needed $250 and London gave it to her like it was nothing, just had it in her pocket, handed it to her. This is more of a feat, but I'll let you know London's status in the world. In season 1, episode 8, London has Maroon 5 on speed dial. In 2025, this is not the biggest deal, but in 2006, this is a pretty big deal. She also tells Maddie that she's like, "I promise I can get Maroon 5 to perform at your guys' prom for free." That's okay. Next up, season 1, episode 9, London has 5 G's off rip to repair the band's damaged equipment. This is the Battle of the Bands episode. Now she only did this though because she wanted to be the lead singer, but still. Season 1, episode 10, this is one of the best episodes of the entire show. London's father buys her what looks like a BMW for her learner's permit. Upon further research, it is a 2004 BMW 645 Ci. This costs $70,000 for the coupe version and $77,000 for the convertible. In season 1, episode 11, we're given more lore on London's dog, Ivana. So London's dog, Ivana, has a cell phone plan, she gets her teeth whitened often, and for breakfast, she usually dines at a 5-star restaurant and has eggs Florentine. Mostly all of these are feats, but we could break it down a little bit. So getting her teeth whitened often, that could cost up to $1,500 based on what vet you go to, medication, x-rays, and a couple of other variables. Ivana having a cell phone plan, that one's kind of iffy because we're not given the exact cell phone provider that London has, so we can't really get any values there, but just in general, that's pretty nuts. And then having your dog eating at a 5-star restaurant, having eggs Florentine, like that's nuts. Mostly all of these are feats. So in season 1, episode 13, we find out that London's father invested in a diamond mine. I don't know how to look into that. Also, they didn't specify how much money he put in, but we also find out that London does have a private jet. She has a yacht and she has a jetpack. So we're gonna break all of this down right now. All right, so let's break it down. So yachts start anywhere from $500,000 and can go as high as up to $600 million. The jetpacks, I can't really find a definitive amount. I was seeing some from $9,000 all the way up to $100,000. And then London does have a private jet. Those can go anywhere from up to $1 million to $90 million. But there's a lot of different variables based on membership fees, crew, maintenance. There's so many other variables that come with owning a private jet that we can't even go over. But let's keep it pushing. In season 1, episode 16, it is revealed that London's father bought her a hockey team for Hanukkah. This one's kind of tough because he could have spent like 50 G's and got a hockey team off the block. But let's say he bought the Boston Bruins. In 2006, they were worth $235 million. So insane piece of lore. While researching for this video, I was on Disney Plus and I was like, wait a minute, there's 25 episodes on here, but Google says it's 26. Let me look into this. The real season 1, episode 18 is called Smart and Smarter. I have never seen this episode, and there are some reports that it only aired one time. Disney deemed this episode inappropriate because Zach fakes having dyslexia. So in this episode, Bob is introduced as a character, and I didn't even know Bob's character had dyslexia. Overall, the episode's pretty funny, actually. Esteban and Mr. Mosby, absolutely hilarious in this episode. And if you have time, I definitely recommend this. A good episode. I don't think it was that deep. Like, Zach was wild and but overall, the episode's pretty good. Moving on though, in season 1, episode 18, London mentions that she gets a $1,000 allowance and that she casually left it in her purse while they were talking about the ghost of 613. This is kind of more of a feat though, because we don't know how often she is given this allowance. In season 1, episode 19, Maddie is struggling to lift up a stack of magazines. London comes by, lifts it up with no problem. Maddie's like, how did you do that? London then says that she's been trained by the top professionals in terms of physical fitness. A personal trainer costs anywhere from $260 all the way up to $5,000. It depends on what city you live in, how long your sessions are, how many sessions a week do you train with this person, and a whole suite of other variables.
How did you get so strong? I work out. I've been trained by some of the top professionals. I'd make my own video. But why should anyone else look this good?
In season 1, episode 20, London mentions that her chauffeur parked in a handicraft spot and got in trouble. The cost of a chauffeur per month is anywhere from $4,000 to $10,000, depending on the type of vehicle that they're driving, the class of that vehicle, and just a couple other variables. We can't really count this though, because London in later seasons mentions that she's always in limos and helicopters, and we don't know how often she's using these vehicles and what type of vehicles that they are, so this is just more of a feat. In season 1, episode 21, we find out that London is about to be disinherited due to how much she is spending. We find out that Ivana has dog eye contacts. London, we see physically, she has at least over 20 credit cards. Her closet has an echo. We'll get to this in season 2, but her closet is basically a mall. And that she bought 33 ponies at the age of 10. Let's break all this down. So first off, dog eye contacts are not a real thing in the sense that it's not corrective vision related. It's more of the dog's cornea was scratched, and it's like a protection based thing. Now Ivana is never shown in pain, so I don't really even know why they mention this. Moving on, like I said, her closet is basically a mall. She mentions that there's a kitchen and an attendant in the closet, and like I said, it has an echo. And lastly, the ponies. When it comes to like horses and ponies, that's real bread. You can get one from anywhere from $500 to $40,000. So this means at the age of 10, London spent anywhere from $16,500 to $1.3 million. In season 1, episode 22, London and Maddie get in a fight over the Teen Trendy magazine. After the fight, London says to Maddie, if you want to rip up the rest of my clothes, it'll take you 6 weeks just to get through my tennis outfits. This is more of a feat, because that's just it would take me 6 weeks to rip up all of your clothes. There's no way I could even come up with a number for that. In season 1, episode 23, London rented a blimp when Scamp and Ivana ran away. To rent a blimp, that costs anywhere from $1,100 to $4,400. But there's a lot of other factors at play, such as how long are you flying the blimp, the size of the blimp, the accompanying banner of the blimp, and are you flying it multiple days in a row. So one thing I want to make clear is that we can't always count when London is dining at the hotel. For example, in season 1, episode 25, London orders fresh lobster, creme brulee, and biscotti and has it delivered to her room. I think her and Maddie were getting mani-pedis. Like, we can't really count all this because we don't know how often London is eating at the hotel, but just wanted to provide this clarification. Moving on though, Lastly, before we close out season 1, I want to make it very clear. Mr. Tipton is him. Foreign dignitaries often stay at the Tipton Hotel. Let's let you know, offer, aside from the twins, that the security at the Tipton is top notch. Let's let you know that the staff can handle any basic medical emergencies. Let's let you know that the food has to be 4 or 5 stars, like complete upper crust vibes. Like staying at the Tipton has to be an all-in-one package, and it has to be welcoming to other countries. Like Mr. Tipton is truly him. Like the relationships that he's built with foreign countries has to be insane. Alright, now we are moving on to season 2. Season 2 is the longest season in the series at 39 episodes. And this is when you see the Tipton wealth front and center. This season is nuts. But let's get going with season 2, episode 1. In season 2, episode 1, London is willing to pay Maddie $100 to help her get with a merit scholar played by our GOAT, Zac Efron. In season 2, episode 3, London mentions that she's trained with a Tibetan monk. This is more of a feat because we have no idea how long she trained with this Tibetan monk. It could have been a weekend because we already know London. She could have got bored. She could have got hungry. She could have wanted to go shopping. So this is just more of a feat. We're going to pause the video for a sec. Just talk about Mr. Mosby and London have my favorite relationship in the entire series. Mr. Mosby is so patient with her. He's always trying to instill some sense of knowledge, some sense of good, or just in general try to get her to see things from other people's perspective. He's such a great father figure to London, and I love their relationship so much. It was so beautiful to see this over the course of the entire series. Moving on though, this is when you really understand how crazy and selfish London is. Season 2, episode 5, Maddie's grandmother just passed away, and she had an emerald brooch on. And it's like, oh, this is my grandmother. She loved her so much. London is begging her to like, let me use it. Let me borrow real quick for this event I have to go to. And Maddie's like, you have emerald brooches. You have diamonds, ruby, sapphire. Why do you need this brooch? And London literally is like, it's not like I want that. Okay. Maddie gives it to London. And of course, London ends up losing it. The next day she comes in and she's like, hey, I bought a real emerald brooch. Here it is. I was seeing some of these go from anywhere from $9,000 to $100,000. Now these are from sites that I don't recognize. They're like reputable jewelers, but like in general, an emerald brooch is not cheap.
Wait, this one doesn't have sentimental value. That's right, it has dollar mental value.
The money, the cake.
In that same episode, Mrs. Delacourt says that Mr. Tipton owns a yacht and an island, but he has a smaller island than she does. We already have the price range of yachts that was mentioned in season 1, but an island can cost anywhere from $400,000 to $50 million. In season 2, episode 7, London ends up supporting Zac's campaign in the election episode, right? And when she did that, she bought t-shirts, she bought pins, the students to write with, pins for them to wear, and she had a touch screen that would like rotate on a slideshow of like, oh, one of Zac's campaign's promises is he'll have models in bikinis serving food in the cafe. No idea how he would get that legislation passed, but we're gonna disregard that. The screen itself, I couldn't really find like a brand name, but I found some stuff similar to it that cost anywhere from $1,200 to $2,000. Let's double it because in 2006, this technology was not abundant. Then the pins and the t-shirts and stuff, we can say she spent about $500 to get all of that for the students. Next up in season 2, episode 9, London's father gave her a solid gold pin because she got an A. I was seeing these range from anywhere from $190 to $218,000. Okay, so this episode is one of the reasons I made this video. Season 2, episode 10 is London's Sweet 16 episode. So I remember I was watching this and she said all of this stuff and I was like, I need to go back from the beginning. This episode is insane. This is such a grand feat. So London has 15 elephants shipped to Boston. She booked Sheryl Crow for her Sweet 16. She has a Ferris wheel, and everyone who attends her party gets a gift bag along with a flat screen TV as well. Now, we don't know how many people attended the party, so we can't really count that. We're mostly going to look at the Ferris wheel, booking Sheryl Crow, and the 15 elephants. Let's break it all down. Booking Sheryl Crow could cost anywhere from $150,000 to $500,000. Getting a Ferris wheel could cost anywhere from $2,000 to $19,000. Now let's break down getting 15 elephants shipped to Boston. So in terms of London shipping 15 elephants to Boston, this is kind of impossible to get an accurate number on, but let's go over how insane of a feat this is that she did this. So first off, while doing research on this video, I found out that most zoos don't have elephants anymore because elephants die earlier in captivity than they do in the wild. Elephants they're just social creatures, and they need to be in open areas. They need to be in the wild. They should just never be in captivity, I was sad to hear this news, but I was like, I'm actually very happy that elephants, hey, y'all do you in the wild. This is beautiful. But to get 15 elephants shipped to Boston, there's two ways. You could do it by air or by sea. By boat takes way longer. It's just going to take a lot longer. It's a lot more prep. So most likely London had them flown from a preserve or whatever to Boston. To fly an elephant, just to get them on a cargo plane, first off, you have to have people training the elephants to get in and out of a crate. Then you have to simulate loud noise training because they ain't on no regular 737. They're getting on a cargo jet. So then you have to get them in these crates. Mind you, you have to build 15 specific crates for each elephant just based on their size and all these other variables. So she had to have 15 crates built for all these elephants. Then they had to train all of these elephants getting in and out of these crates. Then they had to train all the elephants with loud noise training to make sure that they don't freak out when they're on this plane. You also can't put the elephants under. They have to be awake the entire flight. So they're like, while they're on the plane, they have to have all of their trainers with them. So she has an entire crew of people doing all of this, lifting the elephants on onto the cargo jet and all that. Cool. Then when they get to Boston, you have to have another specialized crew to unload all 15 of these elephants. Most likely this wasn't one. She either did one flight, which was like 7 planes filled with elephants, or she just did one plane constantly flying back and forth to pick these up. When I say her Sweet 16 had to have cost anywhere from $30 to $50 million, because we haven't even gone over staff. Like, she had staff at the party. Like I said, all the gift bags, food and beverages being served. It is impossible to determine how much money she spent at her Sweet 16, but London went all out. Also, this episode, London mentions that she took a Mediterranean cruise and calls it a regular Tuesday. This is just more of a feat because we don't know which cruise line she took and how long she is on this cruise, but she probably spent at least $800 or more. And in this episode, we finally meet Mr. Tipton, or rather his security team. One thing I love about the 2000s is you never saw any dad ever, and we never are seeing we never know what Mr. Tipton looks like, and I thought that was a hilarious gag. In season 2, episode 14, London and Maddie are paired up for the Parenthood Project at school. London off rip, and she immediately comes back to the hotel. She's like, oh, I bought the baby a cashmere sweater. This is more of a feat because we don't know what brand it is. I didn't know that cashmere was more of a type of sweater, but she ended up buying them this brand new sweater. And then while they were sleeping, the baby started crying. London was like, Maddie, I'll give you $100 to get the baby to stop crying. Maddie says no. She doubles down and ups it to $1,000. We also are told that London had 22 nannies growing up. And this is more of a status thing, but let's get it going. So season 2, episode 15, London is paying Maddie $100 to break in her Donatelli shoes. That's the level of snobbery you got to be at to have someone else break in your shoes. That's wild. She comes back to the hotel. Esteban is carrying 9 shopping bags, and she gives Maddie another $20 to continue breaking in her shoes. The twins then go into an alternate dimension. Maddie and London, everyone is inverted basically, but Maddie and London switch. So now in the inverted universe, London is poor, Maddie is rich. Rich Maddie gives poor London $500 to hold an umbrella. We're going to count this because real life London would also do this. The only issue I have with this episode is, where is the twins' dad? What would an inverted version of their dad look like? So this is the second reason I made this video. When I saw this episode, I was like, this is such an insane amount of lore. I love it. Let's get it. Season 2, episode 16, London wants to open a fashion store in the Tipton Hotel. Her father is not willing to support her because she tends to quit at everything that she starts, right? So this is just more of a feat. She's like, I'll open it with the $10 that my grandmother gave me. Everyone's like, what do you mean? She wrapped the $10 in a diamond the size of a potato. That is how London opened the store. Cool. But the things that Mr. Mosby brings up that London always quits at are the following. She wanted to be an equestrian, so her father bought her a stable full of horses. She walked right in, walked right out. She wanted to learn ballet. Her father hired her a Russian ballet instructor. She quit shortly after that. Then she's like, oh, I wanted to be an ice skater. Her father then bought her Iceland, the country. Okay, and then we also find out that Mr. Tipton owns a blimp. Let's break all this down. So sadly, most of these we can't really get a dollar amount on. It's kind of impossible. We have no idea how many horses he bought her when she said she wanted to be an equestrian. We don't know how long she did ballet. The only thing I was able to find was the Vaganova Ballet Academy. They charge $2,500 a month, so we can kind of go off of that, but we have no idea how long London did ballet. There is no dollar value on Iceland or any country. Mr. Tipton is just him. You can't buy a country, plain and simple, you just can't. And then the blimp thing is a big deal. I think in 2020 I found this out. There's only like 24 blimps left in the world, that's it. So the fact that he owns one of those, I mean, he's just built different, I don't know what to say. He's him. In season 2, episode 17, we find out that London didn't even know there was a $1 bill. That's kind of just insane. Gonna leave it at that. Season 2, episode 19, London can't sleep. So she's being rude to everyone in the hotel. She's being cranky. Everyone goes into her room to try to figure out, you know, hey, let's rock her to sleep or let's sing her a melody or something. We end up finding out that London has diamond dust bunnies in her bed that have been keeping her up. No, we're just gonna move on. That's insane. Season 2, episode 20 is a legendary episode. This is a triple crossover event. I hate that the youth don't get this, but it was That's So Raven, Hannah Montana, and The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. We're gonna get to that a little bit later. Remember how I said earlier that London's closet has an echo? Well, let's get more into her insane lore of this closet, right? So London and Maddie are hanging out in her closet, and Maddie finds out that she has a mirror that can talk. It can have full-on conversations with London, hype her up, give her suggestions on her outfits and stuff like that, because her father's scientist developed this. She says she has another one in Hat World. This is when we find out that her closet is split into multiple sections: Scarf City, Sandalland, Bikini Boulevard, and Waterworld. Remember earlier I said there's also a kitchen and an attendant in this closet. Mind you, London lives in the hotel. She's on like the 24th floor. How did they build all of this stuff? We're gonna keep it pushing, right? Also discussed in the episode is that Mr. Tipton owns a satellite. To launch a satellite, that can cost anywhere from $10 million to $400 million, depending on the size of the satellite and the vehicle used to get it into space. Then to just buy a satellite, that costs anywhere from $290 million to $400 million. And then we're not even talking about operating and maintenance costs. Now, there is a company that's making it easier to launch satellites. They said they can do it for like $5 million, but this option wasn't available in 2007. Like I said, this was a crossover event, and when Hannah Montana shows up on the show, it is revealed that London booked her for her birthday party, but didn't pay her. So none of these are all feats. We can't really get any dollar values on this, but that's kind of crazy. Y'all didn't pay her. In season 2, episode 21, London announces to everyone that she just bought her 1,000th pair of shoes. She doesn't mention any brand names, and this is kind of insane, but this is more of a feat, right? And then when she's talking to her new stepmother, she mentions that she has a solid gold bracelet with 5 charms on it. Each charm represents a woman that her father divorced. Now, she doesn't mention the brand of the bracelet, but some of the top jewelers are Cartier, Tiffany & Co., and then my favorite, Van Cleef. Let's go through their catalog real quick. Cartier has solid gold bracelets ranging from $2,100 all the way up to $6,400. This is their Love Bracelets collection specifically. Tiffany & Co. has bracelets from $725 all the way up to $240,000. And then Van Cleef, they stay cooking. They have bracelets anywhere from around $1,500 to $446,000. Most likely though, London is wearing a solid gold bracelet made by Pandora. Pandora bracelets are made with having charms in mind. They have bracelets ranging anywhere from $275 all the way up to $5,500. And then they have solid gold charms ranging from around $250 to $500. Also in this episode, we are told that there's more than one Tipton hotel. There's one in Siberia, one in LA, one in Boston, and one in Tokyo. Continuing on in season 2, episode 22, it is mentioned that London's yacht sank after she redecorated the Tipton hotel to improve its feng shui. Her father bought her a private jet, and they stole Esteban's family's ranch after Esteban's family drilled into a Tipton pipeline.
Only that some farmer in Central America drilled into a Tipton pipeline, and we're gonna take over the ranch and build a brand new vacation house.
What more do you want from me?
Yet again, we are given more lore on London's closet. Season 2, episode 23, we find out that London's closet has 4 stories in it, and she uses escalators to get around. Now, to get a commercial escalator, that costs anywhere from $120,000 to $200,000, excluding installation. Most likely though, London has a residential escalator. Those cost anywhere from $15,000 to $30,000, excluding installation and maintenance. Let's times that by 4, and bam, let's keep it moving. Season 2, episode 25 is an amazing episode. This is the episode where you get to see Esteban truly shine as a character. It's the salsa ballroom dancing episode, but London tells Esteban that she has a closet filled with ballroom gowns that she can finally wear for this, competition. The issue with this is more of a feat. We have no idea how many of these outfits she has because London's closet is endless, like I said before, and we don't know the brand name, so moving on though. In season 2, episode 26, it is revealed that London has a helicopter. She tried to, she did. She landed it on the front steps of the school and blew away a nun. She has a 20-carat necklace that she was wearing in this episode. She's so rich, she doesn't know what a coupon is. She has a limo so long, it only goes straight. If she wants to turn left or right, she has to change limos. She has a limo with the pool, and I'm assuming she has to have a lifeguard on duty. And she has a solid gold toilet and a solid platinum bathtub. Let's break all of this down. So first off, I found out that there are 6 different types of helicopters, and their prices started around $32,000 all the way up to $13 million. It was tough to find a price on the 20-carat necklace because I was seeing some from $30,000 all the way up to $175,000. But yet again, these are from brands that I don't recognize, so we're just gonna count this as a feat. The solid gold toilet, I was seeing some for a couple grand, but I'm just like, there's no way. I'm pretty sure that those are just like, they just have a gold finish. So we're gonna count that one as a feat. The solid platinum bathtub, I have no idea where the writers came. They were just in there, just writing whatever. That doesn't exist. That's not a real, I could literally not find this at all. So I don't know where the writers got that from. And yet again, obviously her being so rich, she doesn't know what a coupon is. We're gonna count that as a feat. Now, when London says that she owns a limo so long it only goes straight, what does that even mean? What factory will create something where it only can go straight? How did this get out of the factory? How do you maneuver around Boston? Traffic must be an absolute nightmare when you are out and about, because that means that you have 2 limos constantly following each other. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you even build something like this just because you can? Like, no. So the limos we're gonna count as a feat, but you can't have a pool in a limo. It's impossible, but you can have a hot tub. Like I said, it must be a nightmare for London to just drive around Boston. It must be a headache to be out when she's out and about. But let's just say London has 2 limos. It's impossible for limos to have pools, plain and simple, but they can have hot tubs. So she got 2 limos that cost anywhere from $12,000 to $110,000. But to get a hot tub in a limo, that's a custom order. That just depends on the shop. That's a shop to shop basis. She would have to buy the limos and then have those shops install the hot tubs in them. So at the end of the day, all of these are feats, plain and simple. In season 2, episode 29, this is more of a feat, but London wanted a Tipton employee to come with her to Paris and Rio just to go shopping with her and to have someone to hang out with. Season 2, episode 30, Mr. Tipton had the money to support London's new cosmetic line, Simply London. Now, this is more of a feat though, because London she didn't sell any cosmetics. She basically was just giving the cosmetics to Maddie and having her father scientist tweak the cosmetics based on what was going on with Maddie, whether Maddie's face puffed up or blew up or her hair got frizzy and crazy. So this was kind of just a feat. So in season 2, episode 32, we find out that London's father is about to cut her off unless she gets a job. Maddie, we find out, has a second job at the Cluck Bucket and helps London get a new job there. Cool. For every dollar London earns, her father will give her $1,000. The minimum wage in 2006 in Boston was $6.75. So every hour, London was earning $6,000. At the end of the episode, she ends up buying the Cluck Bucket, which we can just say is like a Popeyes or KFC. To franchise a Popeyes, you need an initial franchise fee of $50,000. To franchise a KFC, you need to pay an initial franchise fee anywhere from $22,000 to $45,000. The initial franchise fee helps initialize employee training, employee recruitment, and just a multitude of other things. London only worked 8 hours, or just one day basically. So, 8 times 6,000, $48,000. That's most likely how London bought the Cluck Bucket. In season 2, episode 33, London wants to join a book club so she doesn't feel left out. Maddie responds, will you join the Loan Maddie $1 million club? And London responds with,
Dollars Club? Sorry, I don't get my allowance till next week.
We're gonna count this as a feat, but still, you get the point. In season 2, episode 36, the twins are offered a TV show while they were like messing around in the lobby or something. I love this little fourth wall breaking ass episode, but they had to get to LA to tape the show. London was like, oh, I have a private jet, we can just take that. To take a private jet from LA to Boston could cost anywhere from $36,000 to $88,000. We also finally see one of London's private jets for the first time. It's painted pink. To paint a private jet, that could cost anywhere from $65,000 to $180,000, but the cost could fluctuate just depending on other customization options. So, in season 2, episode 38, London returns from Peru and she is blinged out. She shows everyone this solid gold pyramid that she has, and she's wearing an emerald necklace with a gold band, and her father bought a mummy. So off rip, we just go, this is a feat because you can't do this. So you can't buy a mummy because it's legit illegal to own ancient human remains. Plain and simple, that's A. B, King Tut's tomb had over 5,000 pieces in it. A lot of it was gold. His tomb is pretty much priceless. So there's no way we can put a value on another, on this queen.
Present the main attraction, Queen Quickly of Kum Kum.
There's no way to put a price on her tomb. It's just impossible. But what her father did was extremely illegal, and this is an insane feat that he pulled this off. In season 2, episode 39, London just returned from Morocco. She said her father was going to build a hotel on a beach and name it after London. This we're also going to have to count as a feat because construction costs in Africa vary based on the crew, the material, the size of the hotel, and which beach he was going to build a hotel on, because that wasn't mentioned where he was going to build it. It's just, he's going to build me a hotel in Morocco. So this one's kind of a feat. And finally, season 3. So this surprisingly is the shortest season at 22 episodes. One of them is unavailable to view on Disney Plus, which we will get to later on in the video, but let's get it going with season 3, episode 1. In season 3, episode 1, we find out that London is spending her summer on a yacht, and Maddie is a camp counselor at Camp Heaven on Earth. Maddie is having a horrible time. These girls are tormenting her, so she calls London, hey, come pick me up, I'm over this. London flies to Camp Heaven on Earth in one of her helicopters. After she lands, there was a storm, and the helicopter was destroyed. She says, it's not a big deal. I have a second helicopter at my beach house in Newport that can come pick us up. Let's break it down. All right, so let's go through it. So we already went over helicopter costs. That's anywhere from $32,000 to $13 million. Cool. When she talks about her beach house in Newport, there are 2 Newports in the continental US. One is in Newport, Oregon. The other one is Newport Beach, California. Both are coastal cities and or towns, but we're just gonna assume she's talking about Newport Beach in California. I don't believe London would ever go to Oregon, right? Beach house in Newport costs anywhere from $124,000 to $89 million. In season 3, episode 3, we find out that London has a swimsuit line, they say an overpriced swimsuit line called Simply London Swimsuits, but we find out that she can't swim. She then has a pool installed in her hotel room. I could not find out any information about this, but when you see the episode, like, this pool is huge. Like, how did they even install this? Who filled it up? Many questions. This is just going to be counted as a feat. Now on to her expensive swimwear line, Simply London Swimsuits. I don't really know what they mean by expensive, like a price is never given about how much she's charging for these swimsuits, but in general, to launch a swimwear line, it could cost anywhere from $1,500 all the way up to $1 million. It just depends. Season 3, episode 4 technically isn't canon because Zach was dreaming it, but it's yet again, it's mentioned that Mr. Tipton owns a satellite, that Mr. Mosby was trying to bounce his, like, I think it was like the baby ray. He was trying to bounce some ray off of the satellite, and just like, it was such a fun episode. But London is shown holding a giant diamond. It's her favorite diamond named Tina. Season 3, episode 5 is mostly a bunch of feats. Nia mentions that London has a yacht so big it has a drive-thru restaurant on it, and that she has multiple private jets, and also that London got front row tickets to see Toxic Vomit. Offer it. It's impossible to have a drive-thru restaurant on a yacht, plain and simple. Toxic Vomit, we don't really know. It's just like, oh, we're going to see Toxic Vomit. Like, what is this band's equivalent? Is it like My Chemical Romance? Is it Pierce the Veil? Is it like Paramore? We kind of don't really know what this band is like, so I was just like, I'm not even gonna look into ticket sales because I don't, like, what is the venue like? There's so many other variables at play that it was just like, we're just gonna count this as a feat. And then the multiple private jets, we already know about this. Let's keep it pushing. In season 3, episode 7, the twins broke a marble bust of London while she was in Scotland. And it's also revealed that London has a castle in Scotland, but she came back early to Boston because she lost the keys to it. Wow. So off rip, a marble bust could cost anywhere from $800 to $7,500. There's a lot of factors at play when it comes to this. A private jet round trip flight from Boston to Scotland could cost anywhere from $87,000 to $293,000. And lastly, a castle in Scotland. Some of them go from anywhere from 400,000 euros to 21 million euros. It just depends. At the start of season 3, episode 8, London is dumped by Lance. She then goes to Nia for relationship advice and doesn't even hesitate to give her matching bracelet and diamond earrings. This is more of a feat because we don't know the brand or the cut of the diamonds, but just the fact that no hesitation, take these, hands like that is insane. Moving on though. Season 3, episode 9, we find out that London's father is financing Mr. Blaine's Broadway musical Floss. She is also paying Mr. Mosby 3 diamonds an hour to teach her how to dance and Carrie 2 diamonds an hour to teach her how to sing. Those are feats because, yet again, we don't know the size, cut, or clarity of these diamonds, but to finance a Broadway musical, that can cost anywhere from $22,000 to $15 million. After getting expelled from Our Lady of Perpetual Sorrow in season 3, episode 10, London is then enrolled into public school.
Austin, you will now be attending Cheevers High.
But that's a
Public school.
At Cheevers High. Immediately upon getting there, she befriends other students by basically paying them to be her friend. She buys the other students' locker and has a full construction crew set up the same day. She was trying to get a skylight installed in this lounge that she was building. She was trying to have a sushi bar installed. And then she, like, this is all a feat at the end of the day. This is like, I can't get a dollar value on any of this. Maybe if it was completed and we could have seen the size of the lounge, of the sushi bar, and all these other things, maybe then I can work with something, but this is just a feat. And lastly, at the end of the episode, we find out that she paid someone to be in detention for her. Like, London is crazy. In season 3, episode 11, London pays Cody to help her with her science project. This is more of a feat because we don't know how much she paid him, but when Cody asks, he's like, how have you been doing your science projects before? She's like, well, the person who used to do my science projects now won a Nobel Prize and doesn't want to do them anymore. And it's like, that's an insane feat. The person who was helping you with your science homework is now a Nobel Prize winner. Wow, like, that's incredible. Okay. Yet again, this is another feat. Season 3, episode 12 is a Halloween episode. I love this one. And this is more of a feat because London is giving out diamonds to the winner of her costume party. Yet again, we don't know the size, cut, or clarity. Can't determine that. But also at the party, she says that she's wearing a dress that she got from a country that she just bought. You cannot buy countries. We've already talked about this. Moving on. In season 3, episode 14, London says that Tiptons are known for cutting down rainforests to build resorts or financing hostile takeovers in foreign countries to secure mining rights. This is nothing to be proud of, but London says this with her whole chest. This is a feat. It's not a good one, but we are going to count this as a feat. At the end of season 3, episode 15, London says to Hector the hot dog man, let's go island shopping, and they skip out of the hotel. This is more of a feat, but still, that's crazy. This is the episode where Esteban was rich for 10 minutes. But Esteban's suit game in this episode, he was looking clean and crisp. Like, I don't know who was picking out his suits, but he was looking fresh this episode. That's just a fact. In season 3, episode 16, someone complimented London's scarf that she was wearing on her web show, and she immediately exclaims, oh, this scarf costs $3,000. Next question. Okay, another thing, this isn't a feat. She says that Tiptons never apologize or pay taxes. That's good to know, big bet. And fun fact, this episode premiered within 3 months of the first episode of iCarly. In season 3, episode 17, London's father arranged for her to take fencing lessons instead of doing PE. Now, PE is a year-long credit. I don't really know how he finagled his way into the school system and did that, but it's all good. Now, fencing lessons could cost up to $2,500 a month, but also there's many other factors, including like equipment, how long each session is, and how many sessions you have with that trainer per week, right? The problem is London and Maddie only did 3 sessions, and then they jumped the trainer at the end because he was being a cheating whore. This is more of a feat at the end of the day because there's a lot of missing variables, and also how did he convince the school to let her do fencing? Like I'm very interested in that. In season 3, episode 19, London paid for the cheer outfits for everyone. I couldn't really get an exact number on this, but she spent anywhere from a few $100 to a couple of grand because she got cheer outfits for 6 people. Remember how I said season 3 is 22 episodes and there's only, it's missing one? Well, the original season 3 episode 20 is called Doing Time in Suite 2330. This episode has been pulled from the air. It did air, that's a fact. And it's no longer on streaming services except for Apple TV for some strange reason. And that is because this episode features Chris Brown. So the episode aired, and then around 6 months later, the Chris Brown and Rihanna incident happened. So that is why Disney pulled, I can 100% understand why they pulled this. Also, the Cheetah Girls are in this episode. It was an interesting crossover event, or I wouldn't even say, I don't even know if this would be like a crossover episode, but in general, they had a lot of guest stars on this episode, right? Great episode. I do remember this episode, mostly Chris Brown dancing and being Chris Brown in the 2000s.
I spit hot flames, bitch, just like a dragon. And my pants sagging, spell it backwards, niggas.
And then I specifically remember Carrie going off on the twins. And she rightfully went off on them because this episode, they blatantly disobeyed her. They did that every episode, but this episode, it was drastic. It didn't make any sense. But the main feat of this episode is London got Bigfoot to be a guest star on Yay Me. That's insane. And lastly, season 3, episode 21, it is revealed that Mr. Tipton owns a luxury cruise liner called the SS Tipton. That is an insane lore drop at the end of the show. Obviously, they did this because it flows directly into Suite Life on Deck, but this is insane. To build a cruise ship, it costs anywhere from $735 million all the way up to $2 billion. So this is more of a feat, but in season 3, episode 22, London is seen counting her rubies, diamonds, emeralds, and sapphires, and she was disgusted when she saw gold mixed amongst them. This is how she'd be thinking. Also, this episode, if Mr. Tipton was in a good mood, he was gonna give an employee a $50,000 bonus. Most bonuses are, a couple $100s to a couple grand. He was gonna give someone their entire paycheck, for the whole year, right then and there, like that. Mr. Tipton got that money. Now, this episode 2, season 3, episode 22, this is the series finale of the entire show. I love this episode so much because it's just a reminisce episode of remember when we did this? I love any TV show that does that, and they do it perfectly in this one. Remember when I saved that guy from choking? I love this episode so much. It's perfect. Okay, let's tally up the numbers from all 3 seasons. So, in season 1, the Tipton spent anywhere from $1,801,610 to $926,990,150. In season 2, the Tipton spent anywhere from $330,829,735 to $914,486,520. And lastly, in season 3, the total came out to, the Tipton spent anywhere from $735,841,105 to $2,142,615,745. Across all 3 seasons, the Tipton spent anywhere between $1,068,472,450 to $3,984,092,415. But like the title of the video says, the Tiptons have infinite money. Suite Life of Zack and Cody is one of my favorite live-action Disney Channel shows from the 2000s. Literally in my top 5. Suite Life of Zack and Cody is number 1. Hannah Montana, That's a Raven, Wizards of Waverly Place, and then I can't remember which one I liked between Even Stevens and Phil the Future. Which one I loved and which one I didn't really care for between the two. But overall, they were cooking in the 2000s. My favorite season is the first season. It has the legendary Prindle episode, which is that episode is still funny to this day. The show literally goes in the order that it came out in terms of my favorite. First season is a 10 out of 10. The second season is a 9.5, and the third season is a 9.2. I like even the first season even has the commercial and the Pilot Your Own Life episode. All those episodes are so good. The first season hit the ground running and it never slowed down. The second and third season had a lot more guest stars and crossover events, which I love. But Nia's introduction in the third season, I did not. As a kid, I didn't really care for it, and like as an adult, I'm like, I actually hate Nia. She's just a stereotypical angry and violent black woman. Like, awesome, but the third season overall is still good. My favorite character in the show, Mr. Marion Mosby. He is quite literally a father figure to almost everyone in the show, and he's one of the funniest characters in the show. Like, his line delivery, unmatched.
Let me guess, you were on your high school cheerleading squad.
On my high school. Captain!
Girls.
Oh, it is beautiful. However, we can't afford it.
I'm prepared to quit.
I'm prepared to replace you.
I hate when you do that.
We'll get back to you. She meant me. Oh, no, she didn't. Oh, yes, she did.
It doesn't matter. Just relax. We'll turn on the radio. Would you like am or fin?
We're gonna pause the video for a quick second. I need y'all to understand how hilarious this scene is for a moment. Look at London's expression. She has probably never been yelled at before in her life, but she's probably never been yelled at before by Mr. Mosby or seen him this mad before. Look at how shocked she is. Like, he was heated. Like, as a kid, I thought Mr. Mosby was a bit of a stickler. I was like, it's not that deep. Like, come on now. No, as an adult, the twins should have been evicted before the end of the first season. They were just always fucking shit up all the time.
I'm coming through. Watch out. Zach, what are you doing? Winnie! Hi, Mom! Look out! I can't stop!
What is going on? If it's not one thing, it's... Please get out from behind there. No, no, not over the... I'm so sorry about this.
Wow. Hey, here's a bulb that's not working.
No, Cody, no, that's the one that puts us into... Overload.
You can be the cheerleader.
They broke a painting that had been hanging in the hotel for 100 years. Season 1, episode 12. Remember the beauty pageant in the first season? They ruined that. Remember when Maddie left the twins in charge of the daycare? Them kids was running amok throughout the hotel. Mr. Mosby had to put a stop to it. Remember when Zach convinced that famous Japanese singer to come to school with him, but she was at the Tipton to sing for the Japanese businessmen? That almost was completely ruined. Like, they consistently they would roughhouse or play sports in the lobby, like, or the one episode where Zach is like, oh, there's black mold in the kitchen. Why are we listening to these children? They are straight up hooligans, menaces to society. Like, they are just always ruining things. Like, that's why Mr. Mosby was like, I can't wait for y'all to leave because y'all are a headache on this man. Like, it was ridiculous. Another thing I love about the show is the supporting cast. This show has such a good supporting cast. It's crazy. So Carrie, she's a great single mom. She was just a little bit too lenient. Well, I'm not gonna say a little, but she was just too lenient with the twins. But overall, I think she was a great character, a great single mom. I loved Carrie. Esteban.
I will teach you to toy with Esteban Julio Ricardo Montoya de Rosa Ramirez. Or, as I will now be known, El Diablo.
Esteban is just one of my favorite characters in the show. The salsa episode was amazing. He was just everything about Esteban. I loved him as a character. He was funny. He always hit every single time he was on screen. He was extra. He was extremely extra when he was carrying the guest luggage. Like, you can be extra with London's luggage because we know London, but he was always extra with everyone's luggage. I love that gag for him. Maddie, they said it perfectly. I never had an issue with Maddie at all until this rewatch. The episode where London is pretending to be poor, they said it perfectly. Maddie is mean and poor. There's some things that she would say to London. I'm like, you are like, you're just rude. Like, why are you so mean to everybody? I get that your life is hard, but Maddie was so mean sometimes. Arwen, even though he was a dickhead, he was a genius. It's such a shame his mom never supported him. Like, Arwen definitely could have helped like colonize Mars or something, because he created life. And during that Halloween episode, you saw that he created a Frankenstein monster. He built a device to go to parallel dimensions. He's immortal. He literally put basically C4 on his forehead and it blew up and he didn't die. It's just like if your mom actually supported you, who, like, he was so smart, it's insane. He was just a dickhead, plain and simple. I love Patrick. He was such a fun character. Chef Paolo was crazy. I love anytime he was on the show, I loved it. Norman the Doorman was in like all of the episodes, but mostly in the background. But like when they started like having his character show up more, I loved it. Irene the Concierge was cool. Like such a solid supporting cast this show had. Now we can't forget about London Tipton herself. London never had an arc where she became a better person, she started spending less money, or she started taking education seriously. But I love London because this all could have been solved with a solid parental figure. And I have 2 examples of this. For some reason though, they're only in the first season. So when London's father made that bad business deal and she had to move out of the hotel and she moved in with Maddie, London was shocked. Like, what do you guys mean? What do you mean your family has dinner every night and you guys talk to each other? And like, oh, like this is what you guys act, this is what normal people do. Maddie was like, what are you talking about? London then goes, oh, usually when I would have dinner, it would be a nanny that my mom hired that week. And the nanny usually didn't speak English. Disney, where are these writers at? This is some real personal shit. Like we're touching on some real life shit here. Where are these writers at? Because this was such a beautiful scene. Like I love this scene so much. This whole episode is, because I remember like when they were watching the baseball game and everything, I was like, this is such a great episode. Like, oh, London's gonna be poor, which is fine. Like she'll grow up with a family. Of course, towards the end of the episode, she was rich again. It was whatever. But like, I absolutely love this episode so much. My second example is the shopping addiction episode when London had, you know, them 20 credit cards and she was going crazy. Her and Maddie towards the end of the episode were like, why do you, like, she was like screaming. She's like, why is the jeweler closed? And it's like 9 p.m. Why would they be open? And it's like, London, why do you need to shop right now? And she's like, whenever I feel like sad or unimportant, I shop to fill that void. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yet again, her mother is mentioned one time during the Sweet 16. I don't ever remember them actually mentioning like London's mother again. And then her father shows up every now and again, but like she can't even physically give her father a hug because of his security team. Like she has no solid parental figures in her life. Mr. Mosby kind of is, but he just works for her dad. He's not with her all the time, and he can't like guide her like a parent. He can't, you know, impose certain things on her because yet again, he just is an employee for Mr. Tipton. I wish London did have an arc just over the course of the show where she did become, you know, a better person, this, that, or the third. Because like when Sweet Life on Deck starts, London is still just dumb and rich. And it's like, it is whatever. It's not the biggest deal, but it's just like, that would have been nice to see. All good though. My favorite aspect of the show overall though, is the show always feels like it's moving. Like time isn't standing still. It always feels like a new day, if that makes sense, right? So at the start of the show, the twins are in junior high school, but by the end of the show, they're in high school, right? Like, so the show starts, London is in private school, Maddie's going to Our Lady of Perpetual Sorrow, the twins are in high school. Then like, you know, so on and so on. You see London get expelled from her, you don't see it, but you're just told. London gets expelled from her private school. She then goes to Our Lady of Perpetual Sorrow. The twins then, you know, go to high school. You see them get summer jobs at the supermarket. Maddie gets a summer job. And then they obviously had to write her out of the show to get that High School Musical bag. Kind of random that they said she went to Antarctica. She's 17, but whatever. But like the twins' father, oh, what is he doing? Oh, he's on a tour. Oh, now he's in a play. And like, everyone is always doing something, and it's like, it feels like the show is like, it feels alive. It feels like something is always going on every episode, and I absolutely love that. The show just flowed so well from season to season. Now at the end of the 3rd season, like I said, the show transitions to Sweet Life on Deck. My fiance loves Sweet Life on Deck. Like she's cool with Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, but she's like, I watched Sweet Life on Deck. I absolutely love it. My issue with this show is it doesn't have a supporting cast. At least, like, I watched some of it and I'm like, Debbie Ryan just was not funny to me in that first season, plain and simple. But also, it's just the twins, Mr. Mosby, and London from the original show. Why was Carrie, like, there's been interviews where she explains what happened, but I'm just like, why would I let my 2 sons go on a cruise by themselves? Like, no. And like they're studying abroad, but I'm just like, no, I would be there too. Like, I'm not leaving my sons for 4 years. No, I never really, that didn't jive with me. But just Sweet Life on Deck just never had that. It didn't have that sauce to me. I don't know, like something about it. I may give it a shot one day, but I don't know. Anyway though, thank you so much for checking out the video. A lot of time and effort went into this. Please leave a like, share, comment, all that. Please let me know your favorite Disney Channel shows in the comments below. Let me know your favorite episode from The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, like all of that in the comments. And thank y'all again for watching. I hope you enjoy your stay. Deuces.